right? It's almost like a kid closing their ears going, la, 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 la. I'm not going to listen anymore. Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate World Music Reaction channel. I've got something for you today, and I'm excited to share it with you. We're going to check out Yungblud and their song, Lowlife. Shout out goes to my sweet patron, Sibuna, also a musician herself. So go check out her music. Sibuna, thank you for the suggestion and for being a supporter. I'm going to check out Lowlife by Yungblud. Now, I have no idea who Yungblud is. Let's see here. They do have over 2.5 million subscribers, and this song was put out a month ago, over 500,000 views. Let's see. Yungblud is from the United Kingdom. Nice. And it's pronounced Yungblud, but it's spelled Young with U-N-G, blood, B-L-U-D. Dominic Richard Harrison, I said they. He, professionally known as Yungblud, is an English singer, musician, songwriter. Okay. Originally born in Doncaster, South Yorkshire, in England, before moving to London at 16 years old. Okay. From the UK. So I keep saying they. I'm assuming it was a band. It's an artist. Homeboy, 2.54 million subscribers. Let's check it out. As always, like, share, subscribe. We're headed over to the UK today. Here we go.
You know I get embarrassed most of the days when I'm walking around Camden with a smirk on my face. Put my hand in my pocket to find some change, buy a bottle of gin to get the memories erased. Cause you know what life is, it's extremely divisive. It's a fraudulent race for you to trim your sides with young, dumb, living off mum. That's a line from a friend that I thought I should bump. Not all the words are my own, but I don't want you to judge. I thought inspiration was all about fun. Life's been eating me up, it's poison my cup, and if I leave the house I'll get hit by a truck. I'm not gonna go out today, I'm gonna sit right here, wish the world away, 'cause I'm a lowlife. I don't care if the people stare, I'm gonna sit right here in my underwear, 'cause I'm a lowlife. In the world of normal people, I'm a monkey. It's painted on the faces of the thing that I'm a junkie. In the way that I dress, the people I beg, the way I express, the things in my head. I don't go to the bar, I sit in the dark, I smoke a cigar, I play the guitar, I stay in my house, I put on my sounds. The neighbors tell me to turn it down, so I'm not gonna go out today, I'm gonna sit right here, wish the world away, 'cause I'm alright.
The vibe of the song makes me think of, I'm happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. Way too deep. What is that? I can't think of. Finally, someone let me. Clint Eastwood, Gorillas. Dun, da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Has a really catchy vibe, and has a catchy hook. Lowlife, right, is the idea of people that are characterized by being criminals or disreputable, right? No goods type of thing. And being a lowlife, means that deemed to be despicable or contemptible. Synonyms: crumb, dirty dog. And the song, I think, reflects that, right? It's this, I could see it being really catchy for a lot of young people, and this idea of, I'm no good, I'm low life, I'm sitting at home, I'm not going to parties. The way that I think, the people that I bet, the people that I'm engaging with. See, really catchy hook. People can sing along. La, 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 la.
come, people go, people high, people low, people stay, people change, people lie, people don't. I don't fulfill my potential, cause everyone around me so self-referential. Hypocritical maybe, a petulant baby. Shut up, you're driving me crazy. Call me a lowlife, but shit don't faze me. I'm alright on my own, I don't need you to save me.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I'm not coming over for Sunday dinner. I think I've had too much to drink. I love you. Oh, fuck it. I'm really drunk.
Okay. At first, I wasn't sure if I was feeling, though I will say that it is pretty catchy. Like I said, made me think of that song by Gorillaz, and it just has this super catchy, that beat, that funk vibe, the kids choir, the kids singing in the background, that chant vibe. It's something that'll get stuck in your head all day. La 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 da da. Right? It's super catchy. But at first, I'm like, I don't know if this is for me, not my vibe. But the more that you listen, and then I saw a quote that supposedly Yungblud made on the song, or why he wrote the song or whatnot. We'll talk about that in a second. The more I did that, it made more sense. So from the musical standpoint, I can see that being really catchy. For one, because of the hook and the melodic element, but also I could see a lot of young people relating to this, right? You often have the older generation saying the young generation is no good, right? You have these different groups of people judging each other. And so I could see many people who maybe feel like the underdog or the outcast or the lowlife, those who are misunderstood or labeled a certain way or shunned or critiqued. I could see a lot of people relating to this and being like, yeah, I'm just going to go with this. I'm a lowlife. Now, of course, there's various ways we can look at this psychologically. There are those who truly are choosing that life of being a criminal, right, being drunk all the time, partying, just no good. But I feel, especially based on that quote I saw, that it's almost like not wanting to listen to that critique anymore. Especially because there's elements like da da da, right? It's almost like a kid closing their ears going la 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 la. I'm not going to listen anymore. I'm a lowlife. And it almost feels like a little bit of reverse psychology. So if you have people that are constantly criticizing you, oh, you're no good, you're a lowlife. One thing is to get defensive, be like, no, I'm not, right? And argue or try to prove that you're not. And sometimes there's people that will approach it the opposite way and they'd be like, sure, yeah, I'm a lowlife, right? And they'll just say, you know what, I'm going to own the identity you've placed on me. Because clearly you have already made your mind up about me. There's no point in arguing. And I can relate to that approach to a degree as well, because there's plenty of times I've tried to justify myself or explain or prove myself. But then you also reach a point where it's like there's no use going back and forth. I've had this even with the recent reaction where there was a lot of critique about something that I did that I didn't mean to upset anybody from that fan base, but I genuinely didn't know. But people don't know your heart. They don't know where you come from, right? I'm German, Cuban. I speak English fluently. I'm a U.S. citizen. I grew up bilingual, but I went to school in Germany. My education was first and foremost in German. And then later on, in bilingual. And though I'm fluent in English and I grew up bilingual, like I said, there are certain idioms and certain references, especially when it comes to pop culture, that I'm not familiar with. And then you add the element that maybe I'm reacting and I'm looking something up in real time and I'm just reading and sharing what I'm finding. I'm not sitting there processing, well, what could this mean for the fans? And what does this word mean? And, oh, wait a minute, maybe I need to research if I'm allowed to say this, right? There's, for one, no time for that, you know? Ain't nobody paying me enough to be spending all that time doing that. 2, I'm sharing things in real time. 3, I know my heart, more or less. People don't know. So you can justify yourself all day and say, I didn't mean to, upset anybody. I didn't know if I said this or that was like, we're not supposed to share that. But people will get so bent out of shape and to the point that they then keep checking. Have you done this? Have you changed that? And to a degree, it's nice to be compassionate and understanding and accommodate. You engage with people. But then at some point, it's like enough. At some point, the other people have to take responsibility for how things make them feel. I can't control other people's perception, their assumptions about me, their feelings. But sometimes nothing will ever be good enough. There are those who will then keep finding something else, or they will. I was accused of being, what was it, dismissive or passive aggressive or whatnot. And there may have been some comments where at some point I started getting fed up, and it's like, listen, you guys take care of you. I'm not responsible for how you're going to keep focusing on something. But if you were to read everything in context, there's way more to the whole story, right? We pick and we choose and we go, oh, this person is doing this. They're being passive aggressive. They're being dismissive. And it's like you're taking perhaps one or two comments and making that assumption or that drawing that conclusion, but you're not looking at everything else that's been said. I've spent way more time than I needed to engaging with people and commenting and explaining myself and trying to accommodate. Enough. At some point, it's enough. But you can't make everybody happy. So this reverse psychology of just being like, you know what? I am what you call me. Just whatever. Leave me alone. And then ending, of course, with that low life clip, if you will, calling mom saying, I'm not going to make it to dinner because I'm drunk, right? Just really fully I'm going to embrace that. And when it comes to psychology, I think there are those who will lean towards that. They will lean towards either embracing what people think about them or what people have called them. Or sometimes if we have not heard any alternative, we will believe that. We will think that that's what we are, that we are the things people call us and say about us. It could go either way. Everyone is responding in a different way. Some try to defend themselves against it. Others embrace it. The Yungblud said something supposedly. I found on Genius.com where it says, I wrote Lowlife because I just didn't want to leave my house. I was sick of people, of games, of myself, my friends. Anytime I did anything, some idiot had an opinion about it, what I should do or be. I can totally relate to that. In the comment section, you see it all the time. Those who say, I love how you share and talk so much. And then if I keep it short, there's comments that say, I wish you would have gone into more depth. Then there's those who say, you talk too much, you're talking too fast, you need to slow down. Others say, oh, your pace is perfect, I can understand you, even though English isn't my first language. Everybody and their mama have an opinion. Nobody is quite happy because at the end of the day, I think a lot of it says more about them. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to leave an impression. Quote continues and says, the truth is I didn't want to be anything at all sometimes. I wanted to be nothing. So I just didn't leave bed. I was dissatisfied and craving some sort of boredom. The type of boredom where you sit in your house in the same sheets and watch effing mind-numbing TV. So I wrote a song about it. Interesting. So if that is accurate, that was actually what he said. That gives us more insight into this idea of this song. Being tired of perhaps performance, people's opinions.